Hadassah Delarveau, Executive Director of External Relations at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, and we are coming to you live from Bahamas Faith Ministries International. It is Commencement Day, the culmination of the 2025-2026 academic year. It is a big day for us here at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. And our theme is From Knowledge to Nation Building. We have 466 members of the class of 2026. That's just for New Providence. Overall, throughout the islands, we have 656 members of the class of 2026, and we are so proud of them. On Thursday coming, we will be in Grands Bahama, where we will have 137 out of that number who will be graduating. I am here with a member of the class of 2026, an outstanding member of the class of 2026, one of our high achievers, Mr. Gonzalo Brancaccio. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Hadassah.
Congratulations. He is the top graduate or soon to be graduate of those who are in the Construction Technology Management program. Listen, you are fully regaled, and we see some of your history. So we see the Bahamian flag, and then there's the Italian flag because of your heritage.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I understand that you have your twin brother who is watching all the way from Italy.
Yes, ma'am, he is, along with my nieces and my dad.
That is absolutely wonderful. What I love about you is the fact that you're not one who wait until commencement to do what you need to do. The skills that you have acquired so far, you have actually been using.
Yes.
Tell us.
Well, I've actually started, I remodeled my mother-in-law's kitchen, set it up, made it nice and beautiful and comfortable for her, along with the fact that myself, along with other classmates, we partook in the construction of the new security booth at the northwestern side of the campus. And I have one more project coming up. It's a solo project, but I have some help from Mr. Clinton, my former roofing teacher, Javon Cambridge, one of my classmates. It's going to be a duplex apartment.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have been doing this even before today.
Yes, ma'am.
I find it very interesting the fact that what I love about BTVI is that we sometimes have families who graduate from BTVI. So about maybe 3 years ago, we had a mother, her daughter, and her son graduate from the business program.
Wow.
Today, one of my colleagues who work in the finance department, her son and her daughter, they're graduating. And so soon you will have a son graduating from BTVI as well.
That's correct.
Your experience, how has that influenced him to actually even be a part of BTVI?
Well, for Gonzalo, Jr., he is more of a techie. He's not as hands-on with construction like myself, but he saw that I pushed through. He saw I was able to go and achieve a degree, so he said, Dad, I want to go to college, but I want to start off with something that I can do, which is IT. So myself, along with my wife, we pushed him, and he's currently in this is going to be his second semester, so he has his things well ahead of him.
What would you say has been a highlight for you here at BTVI?
Oh, wow. I'll say networking with all my classmates. It's a great thing to see that you have a lot of working people, parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, coming from different backgrounds, but everybody is continuously pushing through and giving it their best shot. And with BTVI actually being able to have the government grant, allowing us to have the ability to focus more on education instead of finances, it's a great help. But again, like I said, it's strictly the networking, the teachers, the classmates, the memories made. It's awesome.
And I think that is a very important point that you brought up, because people need to understand that the government of the Bahamas has finances available.
Yes.
Once you are Bahamian, you can come to BTVI. Of course, there are a few other stipulations, but you can come to the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, get a certificate, get a diploma, get an Associate of Applied Science degree.
Yeah.
courtesy of the government of the Bahamas. Tell people how important it is to come through our doors and get skilled.
That's it. It is truly a gift. With this, you can actually get put into a feeder program that I've learned with the school. You can move on to different institutions within the US or in the UK or Canada. So these feeder programs, it doesn't only stop here at BTVI with your knowledge, but you can actually push forward and garner more knowledge and be better at your craft. So it's something that's very well worthwhile.
And the thing about it is you've been able to do this while serving as a sergeant on the Royal Bahamas Police Force. How
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the world do you balance all of it? A husband, a father, your demanding job?
I can honestly say the full support of my wife, Nadia Brancasio, who is also,
Hi, Nadia.
she is also a serving member of the armed forces with the police force. She's an inspector. Many nights when I wanted to fall asleep, especially with my intro to business homework for Ms. Woodside, who do well, Ms. Woodside, she would gank me and tell me, hey, get this work finished. You need to finish this.
And so that support, that village is important.
It's key. It's
and
very
what do you
key.
say to the village, the husbands, the wives, those Grammys?
There's honestly nothing you can say to repay them, but you just do your best to show them that you're going to do well and you're going to make them extremely proud.
Yes. So what's next for you?
Well, if things go well, hopefully elevate within the organization, but also start a small business, something whereas I can give back. We know the construction field is always booming. So we would want to have something in the line whereas persons wouldn't feel as if they're getting gypped, but they get excellent craftsmanship and definitely be able to rival some of these big construction companies, see if I can get my name out there.
And what do you say to those who may turn up their noses to those who are in the technical field? Because the reality is the nation is built on the trades.
Yes.
The plumbers, the electricians,
Yes.
the auto mechanics, the
Yes.
carpenters, they are so necessary for the foundation. What do you say to people who don't understand the importance of what they do?
It's basically simple. The dirtiest of hands makes the cleanest of money. The reason why I say that is because we are moving into a technological age within progressing into the future. AI is here. AI assists us with a lot of things, but AI isn't going to take your electrical or your construction contract. But you do have to understand that at any point a foundation has to be set. So in order to set your foundation, you need persons to knowledgeably know how to put it in place to make sure your structure is sound for you for the future.
And of course, in our previous conversation, you mentioned the fact that today isn't just about you.
No.
Today is also about one of your classmates, Cora Dean, who I would have had the pleasure of interviewing, but she passed away last year, and I see that on your stole you have her photo, and you're honoring her today. Why is that important?
Oh, you gotta make me tear up. Cora was one of two young ladies in my roofing class when I first started. It was her along with Miss Sharon Ryan. Cora was basically the baby in the class, and it was 98% men, just her and Sharon. So she grew on everybody as a baby sister. She asked questions she wasn't too knowledgeable about, but she never strayed away from a challenge. And we knew that she was doing it with a goal in her heart to support her mom and dad. So her memory lives on. She is a true baby sister. The halls of BTVI aren't the same anymore. Main reason why is that you don't hear the brother or sister, and she runs and she hugs you with that powerful bear hug. So
Yeah, I can tell that this is an emotional moment for you, and you
Yeah.
getting me a little emotional now because I would have interviewed her. But today we honor her and we remember her. And so God bless you for that. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your 3.924 DAPS.
Yes, Mom.
All right.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. It's a pleasure talking to you. And once again, we are live here at Bahamas Faith Ministries International. The theme for this commencement exercise is From Knowledge to Nation Building. Overall, we have 656 members of the class of 2026, with 466 alone here in New Providence. And so next up, we will have one of the members of our board of directors, Mr. Warren Damien Barry. I'm calling his whole name, his whole government name. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here with Director Barry, who has come from the classroom to the boardroom. Isn't that absolutely amazing that you could be a student at BTVI and end up as a board member? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling extremely grateful and thankful for this opportunity. Another commencement exercise, another academic year completed. I am extremely excited for today and thankful to all our students who are out there. Just want to say congratulations to the class of 2026. On behalf of our chairman, our board of directors, just want to say congratulations on the job well done.
Yes. And then when you think about this past academic year, what would be one or two of the highlights in terms of board achievements?
Well, it's so many. You have 20 minutes?
I don't think we have all that time.
I'm only kidding. But right before we get into our board accomplishments, I would just like to pause just to remember two of our board colleagues who passed away. That is Ann Roll, Mark Roberts. A lot of what we did couldn't have been done without them. And in saying that, we were able as a board to transform a few of our family islands, that being Eleuthera, Exuma, and Abaco. And Grandmama actually, after the devastation of Hurricane Dorian, when we went into Grandmama, when we assembled as a board, it was very, very, very humbling to see the state of BTVI when we went there. So one of the highlights, I'd say, is transforming not just Grandmama, but allowing technical and vocational education to be at the doorsteps of our family island residents, that being Eleuthera. Well, that's just one of the accomplishments. The other highlight is our international accreditation.
Council on Occupational Education, we are internationally accredited.
Yes. And Hadassah, today is a historical graduation because this is our first graduating class with this international accreditation.
Yes.
This is also our first graduating class in Abaco. This is our first graduating class in Exuma. So these are a lot of things that we are excited about. I would say this is one of the highlights, right? Now, but even transitioning into our new campus, laying the groundwork and the foundation for what is to come. As you may be aware, the government has granted us 25 or 30 acres. I'll take the 30. Allocated about $250 million for our new campus. But the new campus isn't just about brick and mortar, obviously.
It's
the new
beyond
campus,
the physical.
It's beyond the physical. Obviously, if you see where it's strategically located, it's right there at the sporting complex, right there at Government High, police training colleges in the area, University of the Bahamas is in the area. So there's a lot of activity inside that particular area. So we are extremely excited about that.
Right. And we have one of your fellow board members graduating today, and that actually speaks volumes. Director Gerard Davil. We have a director of the board of BTVI who will be crossing the stage today. That speaks volumes of his confidence in our product.
Absolutely. Not just his confidence, but the entire board's confidence. We knew what he was up to. We know that he was studying. We always encouraged him. But Gerard Davil is that type of person who always believes in education. He always believes in empowerment. He believes in stackable credentials. He's a brilliant mind, and he's an awesome contribution to our board. So I just want to pause and say congratulations, Director Gerard Davil, on a job well done.
And the thing about it is, he's graduated from BAMSI as well. You know, hey, we all are one family.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
BAMSI,
yes,
he's
yes.
graduated from BAMSI and now BTVI. So he keeps evolving, and he is such a wonderful example for
absolutely.
younger people. So tell us, how has BTVI actually influenced and shaped your perspective in terms of your work?
Well, I own actually two small businesses where I work at the Financial Intelligence Unit. I'm able to use and every skill that I've developed and learned at BTVI. BTVI has actually given me the confidence to pursue my master's, so I'll be graduating December 2026 from Vanguard University. So BTVI has built my confidence tremendously. When I walked into these doors, I actually did tech prep maths, tech prep English. So if anybody knows about that, that's like at the very entry level. So the confidence I got coming through these doors, I'm overwhelmed by it.
And I think that's a beautiful thing for you to publicly state, I started with tech prep math,
Absolutely.
I started with tech prep English, but look at where I am. That's a beautiful testimony. But it also is proof that BTVI meets our students where they are and work with them. And so that's one of the reasons today is such a big deal, because of where some of these students would have come from. All right, and so congratulations to you. And so what message would you like to share with the class of 2026? Because one thing with BTVI, we don't just produce employees. We produce entrepreneurs, employers.
I'll say continue learning, continue growing, continue in your pursuit of excellence, continue to break the glass ceiling. Today is your day. The day also belongs to all the lecturers. My lecturer is to my right. You can't see her, but she'll be interviewed shortly. But this is a great win for the entire BTVI today. So I say to all the graduating students today, congratulations on behalf of our chairman, Alvin Taylor, board of directors again, all the management and staff at BTVI. This is your day. Live in the moment. Moments like these, you will remember forever. So bask in it.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure speaking with you, Director Warren Barry. Warren Damian Barry, the whole government name. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Hadassah Delaveau, Executive Director of External Relations here at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. This is Commencement Day. We are coming to you live from Bahamas Faith Ministries International here on Carmichael Road in New Providence, Bahamas. Type in the chat where you are watching us from. Are you watching us from Little Harbor, Mangrove Key, Andros? Are you watching us from Italy, like Brancaccio's family? Let us know where you are watching us from. So here with me now, bringing up the rear of our pre-show, our 30-minute pre-show, is the beautiful, the talented Karima Smith, who is the head of departments for business at BTVI. Thank you. Thank you for consenting to be with us.
Of course.
So one thing about the business department, you have, I would say, like the lion's share of the students, the lion's share of the graduates or class, in addition to perhaps beauty trades. What do you think attracts students to BTVI's business program? And share with the public what are the programs that we offer?
Okay, so currently we offer 6 programs. They are human resource management, human resource assistant, that's the entry level to get you to the associate's degree. We offer entrepreneurship because we've responded to what industry needs are. Our business owners need that formal training in how to run a business, how to manage inventory, and most of all, how to manage people, how to work with people so that their business will continue to thrive. We also offer office administration and office assistant, and our last program would be our business office technology program.
So what do you think attracts so many Bahamians, citizens of this country, to BTVI to study one of our programs in business?
I could tell you in one word, our branding. we have branded ourselves as the A++ team, and we exemplify it. When I first started as the head of department, we were branded as A+. But since, we would have galvanized ourselves and incubated ourselves, and we understand the importance of actually performing as a business. The way how we conduct ourselves, we exemplify what we expect our students to do when they go into the workforce. So we don't want them to just be people who can regurgitate what's in the textbook. They need to remember that when they step into the workplace, they must dress the way how they want to be addressed. They must speak the way how they want to be respected and valued, and they must work. And so when they come to our program, it's a rigorous program. We say we give no free grades. You will build those team building skills. You will build those communication skills, and you will learn how to work with people despite of how you feel that day, because that is what the workforce requires. Productivity for your pay. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, productivity in our program for your grades.
And one of the things too I admire about your department is the synergy. The synergy that's amongst the instructors.
Yes.
So why is that so important? Because that's a culture within your department.
It's a culture. It's a culture because it's done, I believe, personally, by the fact that I have a fantastic team. I have a wonderful team of professionals, people who come from industry, and I'm probably one of the youngest in the department, believe it or not, but they allow me to, I have that open door policy. We have our conflicts, but just like I said, we have to exemplify what it means to do business and to do business well. And so we understand what our goals are. Our goals are to support our students from the beginning until this day comes to fruition for them. And so we do whatever it takes, and we work together in synergy as a well-oiled wheel or machine to get that job done, because we have a goal, we have a focus, and we're reminded every time when they hear the leadership or even one of them say, what is the mantra or what is the message of the business studies department? We are the A++ team. You can't be A++ doing B+ work, doing C+ work. You understand? Yeah. So we ain't average. So we have to, come correct all the time. We have a high standard.
Or not at all.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And one thing I noticed, and we pride ourselves on this at BTVI, it's the fact that our instructors are industry connected.
Correct.
And how important is that?
Listen, because it brings real life expectations. When you hear that you have an instructor who works at, let's say, at a law firm, who currently, and they come and they are giving back hours to our students, because this is a service. This is you are soaking in that knowledge from that person's 40 years of experience. Somebody like Mr. Cawley, he's retired now, but Mr. Cawley would have been a veteran defense lawyer, a veteran lawyer that worked with the government, and they would have asked him to come back, and he preferred to stay working at BTVI, pouring into the students. And these are people who come and they give us their experiences, and they will tell us what works best for our programs. And so when you have people like our lawyers, we have our people who come from banking, we have our people who come from the public sector, whether it's from public service and they're working, from PHA and they're working, and we even have our permanent full-time staff, faculty who would have come from industry as well. They came from banking and they decided to come full-time into the programs to teach.
And I think that speaks volumes. Where are some of our graduates from your program today in terms of the kinds of roles, leadership roles that they now possess?
I am so happy you asked that question. Because listen, I remember, believe it or not, Hadassah, this is 21 years for me at BTVI. Come September, I would have been here for 21 years. And I started in a role where you would hear that BTVI is, go there if you can't do this, go there if you can't. No, my dear, BTVI is an option. It is a solid option. And so our students are everywhere. Let me stress that again. Everywhere. Our students are in the armed forces, that's customs, that's the police force, that's the defense force, that's the prison officers. And I want to give a shout out to them, because these are people who we value. These are students who are working extra hard. If you would have heard Mr. Bacasio, he spoke about that. You know what I mean? Mr. Barry spoke about him being in financial services. They're in financial services.
Yes.
They are at NIB. They are at BPL, BTC. They are at Central Bank. They are owning their own businesses. They are not. They are everywhere, Hadassah, everywhere. And we are proud to know that we have that representation, that we would have set such a good foundation, and we would have set such a good reputation that even people in the insurance companies are telling people, go to BTVI. They have a very good program because it speaks to the work that we put in as professionals to make sure that we are delivering a professional product, a product that BTVI, you know our slogan, BTVI proud, and we wear that through our veins. You understand?
Y'all feel the passion coming
Oh,
through,
yes,
right?
I
And
love-
This is her every day.
Listen, I love my job and I love BTVI. I cannot lie to anybody. I love BTVI. And if you are going to be a part of the business studies team, you can't come half stepping. You have to love BTVI too. And I believe that's what, I'm proud here to represent the team because I know I speak on behalf of my entire team and possibly the entire faculty at BTVI and staff. We are truly dedicated to what we do.
Truly. And one thing I note, Michael Smith, who works in the student affairs department, if depending on what we post on social media, he would usually come and say national worth. Like whatever it is, BTVI and what we're doing is of national worth. Speak to the fact that we have a national mission.
Listen, we are the nation builders. And so, because like I said, BTVI...
And literally the builders.
Yeah, and literally the builders. And I think, one thing I want to say, I believe, COVID had its good and COVID had its bad. The good that COVID brought with it was the realization that you can't do without the plumbers. You can't do without the technical people. I know, listen, I was dealing with something yesterday and I had to call my plumber and I'm saying to myself, boy, every time a plumber comes to you as a trip, I had to call a mechanic, all of them the same time. And so these are our nation builders. But the good thing about our program and what I love about it is that it's an all-around program. So that when our people go out in industry, they are able to confidently build this nation. They're not there with gaps. They're not there with just book knowledge. These people are actually able to do the work. And that is the feedback that we would have gotten from industry. That's what sets our students apart. And that's the importance of the mission that we have here at BTVI. Don't just talk. You got to train our students to come in and do so that when they go on their jobs on day one, or even those, because many of our students are employed, those who are employed, that they are able to do you could see the improvement as their supervisors. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And congratulations. I know last year one of your staff members was the staff member of the year.
Yes.
And of course, Rhonda Adams. And
Right.
the thing about it is that would have been her second time.
Right.
So that speaks volumes about
Miss
what's
Adams
happening
is an awesome
in your
instructor.
department.
Yes, ma'am.
And so now we are about to go live into the sanctuary. Thank you so much, and we are expecting you to continue with us as we are in our commencement exercise 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, the faculty of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. The deans and HODs. The board of directors. Our platform guests, led by Mrs. Samara Roll, Registrar, Pastor Mario Moxie, Ambassador of the United States for the Commonwealth. I guess. Audience, you may stand as well. Thank you.
Let us pray. Eternal and gracious God, we pause at the beginning of this graduation ceremony to acknowledge your goodness, your guidance, and your grace. Thank you for bringing these graduates to this meaningful moment. Today we celebrate not only certificates and credentials, but sacrifice, growth, perseverance, and purpose. We thank you for the step into new opportunities. Give them
faculty, staff, to our other platform guests, privilege to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute 2026. Today is one of the proudest days in the life of any such institution. It is the day when aspirations become achievements, sacrifices become success, and education becomes an opportunity. Today we celebrate not simply the completion of programs, but the beginning of possibilities. For our graduates, today marks the closing of one chapter and the opening of another. For our graduates, today is special, but it's not just special for you, it is special for your families who are rewarded for the sacrifices that you have made. And before I go any further, can I get some proud graduates to just celebrate the families that sacrificed with you on today? No, you ain't celebrating like you had a husband who cooked when you couldn't cook or a mother who kept those children when you couldn't. It's another opportunity for BTVI to fulfill the promise that has guided our institution for more than 3 decades, transforming lives through technical and vocational education. And I stand before you today, I do so with tremendous optimism. Not simply because you're graduating another outstanding class, but because I believe that BTVI is entering one of the most exciting chapters in history. We live in a world where nations compete not merely through natural resources, but through knowledge and creativity and innovation and the skills of their people. The countries that will prosper tomorrow are those investing in workforce development, lifelong learning, entrepreneurship, and technical excellence. And that is precisely why BTVI and institutions like BTVI have never been more important. For many years, technical and vocational education was often viewed as an alternative pathway. Today, it is increasingly recognized as one of the most direct pathways to meaningful employment, entrepreneurship, innovation, and national prosperity. If I might take a moment, the world changers, the nation changers of this Bahama land sit before us today. Give yourselves a round of applause. One time ago, we welcomed you to academic ceremonies where persons were ecstatic because of degrees that were only academically related. But can I tell you, the engineers among this group will change your life. The plumbers in this space are going to do service for you that nobody else will do. The beauticians in this space keep us all lovely. The ladies that went through fashion, they keep us all looking like we want to when we know we shouldn't. The gentlemen that do those haircuts that put the dye on it make the men in our lives look a little younger. Welcome to the next of what is to come. Here at BTVI, we are proud to stand at the forefront of this transformation. This past year has been unprecedented in achievement as BTVI became the first and only institution in the Bahamas to earn accreditation from the Council of Occupational Education, an internationally recognized affirmation that our academic programs, student services, government, institutional practices meet the most rigorous global standards. And I would be remiss. Some plant trees and some live under the shade. And last year during the planting, Dr. Linda Davis was at the helm, and I celebrate her on today wherever she is seated for the work. I know she's on my left somewhere, but I don't have my glasses on. So Dr. Davis, wherever you're seated, go ahead. And so we celebrate Dr. Davis on today for the work that she would have done at the time that she was at BTVI. We also recognize as a UNESCO UNIVOC Center joining a distinguished international network of institutions committed to advancing technical and vocational education across the world. These recognitions are far more than institutional accomplishments. They represent confidence, confidence from international organizations, confidence from employers, and confidence from governments. Most importantly, confidence in every student who proudly carries a BTVI credential. Today, our reach extends across 7 campuses and training sites throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, ensuring that the quality of technical education is accessible to communities across our archipelago. Our enrollment continues to grow. That's a hand clap right there to the hardworking team at BTVI. Our enrollment continues to grow. Bahamians are recognizing that technical education is not a second choice. It is the smartest choice. Can I get all the graduates to say amen? Thousands of BTVI graduates now serve in virtually every sector of our national economy. They design and construct our infrastructure, the power of our electrical systems, they secure our strengthen industries, and contribute to the overall economic development of our nation. Their success has become the strongest testimony to the value of a BTVI.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it. It's an honor for me to be here and be part of this graduation ceremony. It's an honor because I stand before individuals who have the ability to not only shape this country, but shape the world. You're going to build great buildings, fix machines, become business leaders, make people beautiful, invent technology, cutting-edge technologies, and much, much more. Do not listen to anyone who say this is the beginning of the rest of your life, because this is only a chapter into your daily love of life. You've already done the heavy lifting, but remember who helped you to get here. Remember your parents, teachers, professors, coaches, and the Almighty God. Your education doesn't end here. We're all a work in progress. Learn from every experience you get. Find mentors you can learn from. Learn from people who make mistakes, because mistakes make you better. Even learn from your mistakes. Listen more, talk less, keep an open mind. Don't expect anyone to give you anything, because there's an old African proverb that goes, God gives to those who keep their arm crossed, meaning God help those out. But you're going to make a difference. expect to work hard for what you want. When you put in the effort, you will have a greater appreciation for what you can accomplish. And never be ashamed of failure. Failure is a part of life. Besides, we learn much more from failure than we do from success. I've had an opportunity to know a lot of boxers, and they've won many championships, many belts, world titles. And whenever we talk, they always talk about the losses. But I don't want you to dwell on failure. I want you to dwell on success. I want you to keep pushing. Don't give up. Never give up. If a door closes, kick it down, knock it in, run through obstacles. That's what I did on the football field, and I did all right. Booker T. Washington said, who was a slave, said, success is not measured by position you're in and the position you reach in life, but by the obstacles that you had to overcome while trying to succeed. He knew that education was the key to success. He took that key and he opened doors, not just for himself, but for others. He helped the world to be a better place. Guys, I went back to school to get my education at age 60 because I knew that it's never too old to learn. When you receive this diploma today, you receive a key that would open a door. And when you walk through that door, it's up to you what door you want to open. You can tempt to choose the door closest to you or the ones that look familiar. But I challenge you to pick the door that looks hard, that door that's going to take a little bit more work, because dreams can come true. Whoever thought that you can look up into the sky and know that I can walk on the moon? Or you watch a bird fly and say, I want to do that. They invented a plane. And as I was introduced as the United States ambassador, I started out, as my mom said, big bone, which meant overweight. I started out as a person that had a speech impediment where I used to stutter. I was from one of the poorest counties in the state of Georgia. But because of the grace of God, God is good, isn't he? You can overcome obstacles, and I can prove that God is good. So I know he's good to you. He's good to me. God is the living God. There's no limit to what he can do for you, so you have no limitations. So I thank you for allowing me to join you on this special day. I congratulate all you and say never, never, never give up. May God bless you and keep you safe. And remember, you are God's child. So I say you don't want to be good. You want to be great because the Lord doesn't make mistakes. God bless.
Thank you, Ambassador. We'll now have a representative for the Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, and the Minister of Education, the Parliamentary Secretary, Mr. Keenan Johnson, to bring remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Protocol having already been established, I just want to share a quick story with you. I always tell my wife, since I came into this position, one of the most exciting things about attending graduations is seeing the excitement of the parents and grandparents and the loved ones. And I must admit that while I was standing outside waiting, I was waiting to see why it was taking so long for us to start, because I didn't hear any noise. And so what I'm going to do is, they gave me 5 minutes to speak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave 10 seconds off, and I'm going to give all of you who came out here to support an opportunity to show these graduates how much you love and appreciate and are proud of them today. So please, if you are here to support someone who is graduating today, let me hear you show them some love. I was told horns weren't allowed, but I heard one. All right, the 10 seconds, that was 15 seconds, so I'll be short in my delivery. But I am so happy to be here with you today, and I want to start by extending congratulations on behalf of the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Science and Technology, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, who is currently acting as Prime Minister and is unfortunately engaged in Cabinet today and could not be here. But certainly, I find that a lot of times that when we're in the moment, that sometimes we don't appreciate how much this moment means. And so to the graduates, I want to share just a bit of context. I'll share a story about when I was in law school, and that was about however many years ago. And I recall preparing for exams. And I remember I had a little side job at the time, and every time my mommy would call me, she would be like, "You studying?" And I say, "No, I had to work. I used to work at the theaters at the time." And she kept asking until maybe about 2 weeks later, she decided to stop asking and told me that I need to quit my job because it seemed as though I over there to work as opposed to go to school. But what that helped me to appreciate was that she told me, "You were over there for one reason and one reason only, and that was to study," right? And that was my only job. And for some reason, I even see with my daughter now that she's off to school, even though she only has one job, it seems like the most difficult job in the world. I say that to say that at the time, it was the most difficult job in the world. But imagine most of you who have to do that job and also take care of your children, and also do a full-time job, and also take care of other family members, and also worry about other financial matters and obligations that you have. That is the context in which I want to put this in, because you are doing so much more than the average student. And I want you to give yourselves a round of applause for what you're achieving today. And what I appreciate so much about this institution is just walking in here today, I was able to see the diversity of students. I'm looking at you, and I walked in, and as soon as I walked in, I noticed that there is a mother and a daughter that's graduating today. I noticed that there are some police officers in the crowd today. I noticed that there's a lawyer in the crowd today. So when the president indicated that this is the smartest choice, she wasn't lying. Because even persons who have taken that academic route have appreciated that there's something in BTVI that no one can take from you. No AI can take from you, no technology can take from you, which is the skill that you've learned over the past few years. And so I really want you to take that into consideration and get to appreciate how much that means. Because I believe one of the most important things that we can do as a nation today is change the way we think about education. As the president indicated, far too long we have celebrated university degrees, while sometimes overlooking the value of technical and vocational education. I believe strongly that that thinking is now in the past. Today's economy demands something different. The modern Bahamas needs skilled people, people who know how to solve problems, people who know how to build, repair, innovate, and create. And that is why it is so important to have institutions like BTVI. You are entering a world where practical knowledge is becoming more valuable every single day. Technology will continue to reshape the workplace. Artificial intelligence is transforming industries. Entire professions continue to evolve, but there will always be a need for skilled professionals who combine technical expertise with critical thinking, creativity, and integrity. Those qualities cannot be replaced. I want to encourage you never to underestimate the value of what you have learned. The certificate you have received today is important, but even more valuable are the skills behind it. They create opportunity and independence, and they will help to build this country. That is why the government remains committed to strengthening technical and vocational education throughout the Bahamas. And I'm excited for what BTVI has done to ensure that not only are we having vocational and educational training here in New Providence, but as a family island man, it's exciting to know that those persons don't have to come to New Providence in order to be able to get this kind of training. As a matter of fact, we're excited that we are going to also be attending the BTVI graduation in Abaco on with excellence, work honestly, and never stop believing in your own potential. So congratulations once again on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Science, and Technology. May God continue to bless you, and may God bless your family. Thank you.
Thank you, Parliamentary Secretary, Mr. Johnson. Honorable Johnson, sorry. We'll now have the introduction of our guest speaker by Mr. Gonzalo Cascio, yes. Sorry.
Pleasant good morning to all. It's Brancaccio, by the way. Standing on the observed protocol, I would like to say pleasant good morning to our board of directors, our alumni, our faculty, distinguished guests, family, friends, but more than most, to the outstanding graduating class of 2026. I stand here before you to introduce Mr. Candice Moss-Moultrie. CM is a respected human resources and organizational leadership executive with nearly 27 years of experience in the hospitality industry alone. In addition to experience in the corporate and public sectors, his career journey from valet parking attendant to vice president of resort operations at Atlantis Resort demonstrates his commitment to excellence, leadership, and people development. Currently, Mr. Moultrie serves as Assistant General Manager for Human Resources, Training, and Development at the Water and Sewage Corporation, and is Principal of Strategic Human Resources Associates and a Strategic Human Resources Business Partner Consultant. Our speaker holds degrees in Human Resources Management, Business Administration, Organizational Leadership, along with several professional certifications. He also is the founder and senior pastor of Shiloh Abundant Life Ministries, Bahamas, Incorporated, and holds several spiritual administrative positions, including Regional Bishop for the New Beginning Fellowship International, Incorporated in Washington, D.C., where he has oversight for Southern Florida and the Caribbean. This dynamic pastor is a community leader, mentor, motivational speaker, dedicated to empowering others through faith, service, and leadership. A sought-after gifted orator, leadership consultant, and youth development advocate. Mr. Moss-Moultrie is passionate about helping individuals and organizations achieve their full potential. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our 2026 commencement speaker, Mr. Candice Moss-Moultrie.
Good morning, everybody. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised in the city of our God and in the mountain of his holiness. Is God good to you today? Come on, somebody. Put your hands together. Salute him in this great place. Come on, somebody. Hallelujah. God is so good. And so as I stand on the established protocol, we are in a sacred space today. You're in church, and so you got a right to give your God great praise. Hallelujah. Good. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to look at your neighbor, and I want you to look at the one on the right and say, look what the Lord has done. Look at the next one and say, it's the Lord's doing, and it's marvelous in my eyes. I am so excited. Put your hands together for yourselves. Today, I honor the Lord for the privilege afforded to me to address you, the class of 2026. But your theme today is From Knowledge to Nation Building. And it reminds me that education has no end in itself, but it is a foundation for transformation. Knowledge equips us with skills, but nation building demands that we apply those skills with vision, integrity, and unity. At BTVI, you have gained more than technical expertise. You have cultivated resilience, creativity, and the ability to solve the problems that matter. Our nation faces many challenges that requires your hands and heart, strengthening infrastructure, advancing technology, expanding renewable energy, and fostering entrepreneurship. These are not abstract goals. They are very pertinent areas where your training will take you into positions where you will lead. You will be builders of industries, innovators of solutions, and stewards of excellence. Today is for some of you the beginning of the rest of your life. What you do with what you have is entirely up to you to make your mark in the world. The future of work is challenged by the ones who refuse to embrace it and put their stamp on it. The world around you has changed and will continue to change. And they say the only person that perhaps likes change is a wet baby. The world around us will continue to be impacted by your mindset. Because if you're going to be noticed in the world, you have to be resolute, you have to continue growing, and you have to continue shifting for your generation. We no longer live in a world where we have beepers, dial phones, as we knew, lines, cool science, Rolodexes, encyclopedias, typewriters, and ashtrays. The future of work is shaped by a combination of risk and opportunities. Key threats include the potential for automation to displace jobs, the impact of climate change on health and safety, and the need for business to adapt new technologies and skills. On the other hand, there are opportunities for creating a healthier and safe work environment, improving mental health, and developing new roles that leverage technology. Organizations must navigate these challenges by embracing innovation, fostering a culture of resilience, and preparing for the evolving demands of the workforce. Keeping up with the daily changes and planning for future support to remain responsive is critical. Today is not an end. It is a commencement, which means it must begin. We are often told to begin with the end in mind, but that is often difficult because that comes with anxiety and also an uncertainty for a future that is unknown. The difference that you are making today is going to propel you to become the answer to the future. The answer to every need lies in the faith that you have cultivated to be the difference and to make a difference. One day you will be such a success that people will forget where you started, because they will not see you as the person that struggled, but they will see you as the person that overcame and defied every odds. I want to share with you a bit of my journey. I was raised in a single-parent home. I was working from the age of 11. I paid for every external exam that I took. I paid for the clothes that I wore. I had a mother who demonstrated love, but she wasn't rich. She didn't have the resources. I did not believe that I would have some of the opportunities that life would have presented me, because my mom didn't have it. I didn't have a father who owned me, but I had a mother who loved me. I can say this to you. I took care of a mom, who had a heart issue. And I could tell you, while I was taking care of my mom, I could tell you, I remembered while I was in high school, I was up for a prestigious award by the U. O'Brien organization. And my grades dropped. Grades dropped, and guess what? There was nothing I could do. My best friend got to take on that recognition that I was deserving of. But I want you to know that I had to rebound. I had to rebound through the fact that my mom had open heart surgery. And when she had open heart surgery, when I was growing up, I could tell you this, I was very opinionated. But with education comes awareness. And let me tell you this, you never know how dumb you are until you get an education. And let me tell you what I realized. I realized that I was probably the subject of many conversations for being opinionated, but baseless in facts. And when I was enlightened through education, I realized that there were many people who tolerated me and others who took advantage of my simplicity. I encourage each of you to manage the narrative around you with your own lives. By doing so, you will be able to manage the conversation about you that's going on around you that you know nothing about. Some of you should have been in some rooms already where your name has already gone ahead of you, but your attitude kept you out. I want you to know that you have to manage your IQ and your EQ. And the best way to do that is through emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions while connecting with and influencing the emotions of others. And there are 4 keys to do that: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. In short, it's about being smart with feelings, using emotions as information to guide better decisions, stronger relationships, and healthier communication. My second point to you, respect the process. James Clear made this statement. He said, it doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you are not wanting to do what it takes to get it. If you don't want to live the lifestyle that releases you from desire to crave the result, then guess what? The process is going to guarantee disappointment. People will disappoint you, but give both yourself and those around you the grace to grow in the face of their differences. The workplaces that you will go to, you must realize that there are 4 generations in the workplace. You have baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Gen Z, each bringing their unique strengths and perspectives to each challenge. At times, they will bring different communication styles, values, and approaches to technology can create friction. Yet, these very differences are the sources of your great potential. When we choose honor, the wisdom, and the experience, the energy for innovation, and the resilience for adaptability, we will discover that we need each other. The line from our national anthem says this: see how the world marks the manner of our bearing. This is a powerful reminder that nation building is not just about what we achieve, but how we carry ourselves while achieving it. The world is watching the way that we lead, the way that we serve, and the way that we treat each other. The key takeaway that I want you to think about when you think about nation building is not only about structures and systems, but about the spirit in which we live and work, because it is our bearing that defines our legacy. The last thing that I want to share with you is to embrace lifelong learning. Becoming a lifelong learner means never seeing graduation as the finish line, but as the starting point of continuous growth. It's choosing curiosity over complacency, embracing new skills as industries evolve, staying open to wisdom from experience and every person that you meet. Stay curious, ask questions, explore new ideas, keep upgrading skills. Technologies and industries change, so keep learning. Learn from others, mentors, colleagues, and those younger than you. Apply knowledge, don't just collect information. Use it to solve problems. Continue to embrace life learning. The world will keep changing, and the leaders who thrive and those who keep growing Let every challenge be a classroom, every success a lesson, and every person you meet a teacher. In doing so, you will not only build your career, but you will also help build our nation. Today is a full circle moment. I have a sister friend who is in this group, who over 20 years ago, I challenged her after a job was made redundant. She was a person in finance, amply educated. She was walking away from a finance career. And I said to her, we got a job in personal development that may perhaps be good for you. You should try it. You know what she said to me? What are you thinking? Construction? And she pivoted from being somebody in finance. And today, after 3 years, she will be graduating with that degree in construction technology. My sister, Sharon E. Taylor. So what am I saying to you? When I left my career in hospitality, I discovered that I had to reintroduce myself to a world. Why? Because I was isolated. I was living on Paradise Island. But I had to come back to Nassau. And I had to understand that everything that I received in my life at that point brought me to the point at which I was. And I was going to be great doing what God had called me to do. I became an HR consultant. And let me tell you what continuous learning compelled me to do. It was interesting that I was no longer in hospitality, but now I was in the medical space. So I had to learn more things about the medical practitioners. I had to learn different business models so I could help them to fill their gaps. Today, I'm at the Water and Sewage Corporation. First time in a governmental space. That's different, you know? But I can tell you, everybody has to do it at least one time in their lives. And I want you to know that as I look forward to where my career has taken me, I'm writing a book, I'm taking up a photography class, and I just enrolled in my first class for my doctoral studies in educational leadership and learning. You gotta continue the journey. So today, as we stand on the threshold of new beginnings, let's remember the words of Psalms 33:12. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people that he has given for his inheritance. Nation building requires more than structures. It demands skilled hands, enlightened minds, hearts, anchored in purpose. The Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute has equipped you to not only gain knowledge, but with tools of innovation, resilience, and service to our country that urgently needs what you have. In your craftsmanship, your leadership, your integrity, continue to shape industries, strengthen communities, and inspire future generations. And as the world marks the manner of our bearing, may it see a people united in faith, excellent and visionary, building not only just for the day, but building a legacy for success that blesses our nation and honors our God. Go forward, graduates of BTVI, and build not just with your hands, but build with your hearts from knowledge. Your future will be great as you build our nation. God bless you and continue to be great.
Their academic regalia. President's list students, please sit, and let's honor the honor students. Thank you, students. You may be seated. An overall award completing the associate degree with a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.00 and demonstrated contribution to the department. This year, we are giving overall awards to the following students. Students, please stand as your name is called and remain standing. The overall Beauty Trade Student Award is presented to Anishka Higgs. The overall Business Trade Student Award is presented to Anthony Smith. The overall Electronics and Media Technology Student Award is presented to Qtel Monker. The overall Information and Communications Technology Student Award is presented to Calvin Hanna. Thank you, students. Please be seated. Program awards are given to the graduating student with a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.00 and highest GPA over 3.00 in the major. All of the following students have satisfied this criteria. This year, overall awards are being received by the following students. Students, please stand and remain standing as I call your names. Roshanto Sands Andrews, receiving the Associate of Applied Science degree, Business Office Technology, donated by XPS&L Construction. Gonzalo Brancasillo, Associate of Applied Science degree, Construction Technology, donated anonymously by MMZ. Dwight Ferguson, Associate of Applied Science degree, Electronics Engineering Installers and Repairers, donated by Custom Computers. Christopher Volchcom, Associate of Applied Science degree, Human Resources Management, donated anonymously by LG. Calvin Hanna, Associate of Applied Science degree, Information and Communication Technology Award, donated by Custom Computers. Aliyah Taylor, Associate of Applied Science degree, Information Technology Management, donated anonymously by MMZ. Kazim Deshay Ahmad, Associate of Applied Science degree, Information Technology Network Engineering, donated by Custom Computers. Avita Samuels, Associate of Applied Science degree, Information Technology Software Engineering, donated by Custom Computers. Brittany Dean, Associate of Applied Science degree, Media Technology, donated anonymously by LG. Lonessa Bethel Ciani, Associate of Applied Science degree, Office Administration, donated by Micronet. Jermaine Johnson, Diploma, Auto Mechanics, donated by XPS&L Construction. Talicia Bethel, Diploma, Cosmetology, donated by the Beauty Shack. Rasante Ashanti Kelly, Diploma, Information Technology Support Specialist, donated by Custom Computers. Joanne Jones, Certificate, Carpentry, donated by XPL S&L Construction. Joshua Dean, Certificate, Electrical Installation, donated by the Beauty Shack. Kanaz Brown, Certificate, Electronics Technology, donated anonymously by LG. Janet Hepburn, Certificate, Fashion Design Production 1, donated by the Beauty Shack. Javante Hutchison, Certificate, Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning, donated anonymously by MMZ. Devon Miller, Certificate, Human Resources Management, donated by Lions Rest. Mona Lisa Johnson, Certificate, Information Technology Assistant, donated anonymously by LG. Denise Major, Certificate, Media Technology Assistant, donated by Micronet. Antonique Sweeting, Certificate, Office Assistant, donated by Micronet. Rudolph Teen, Certificate, Plumbing, donated by XPL S&L Construction. This year, an overall award is being given to the following student in our special interest programs. The student I'm calling to stand is the recipient of an overall diploma in massage therapy. Her name is Shakita DeVoe. Thank you, students. You may be seated. Graduates with a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.75 and nominated by an instructor are inducted into the National Technical Honors Society and receive purple stoles and a white cord to place over the academic regalia. Will all National Technical Honors students please stand? Thank you, students. You may be seated. I'd like to call now the Deputy Chairman of the BTVI Board, Cecil Thompson.
I must admit that I've never received such an impressive, lukewarm welcome. Not to make you feel bad, but if I were attending a BTVI graduation in Nicholas-Town, Moores Island, Marsh Harbor, Eleuthera, Exuma, and Grand Bahama, it would have been warmer, much warmer, but thank you. Good morning, Madam President. On behalf of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute Board of Directors, and acting under the power of the board, as stipulated by the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute Act 2010, I authorize you, President Kishan Bastian, to confer the appropriate degrees, diplomas, and certificates upon the graduates as approved by the trade divisions. Thank you.
We would like to recognize all graduates by disciplines. Would all graduates from Information and Communications Technology please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Would all graduates, you may be seated, would all graduates from Media Technology please stand and be recognized? And you're free to give them a round of applause. Thank you, students. You may be seated. Would all graduates from business trades please stand and be recognized? You are free to give them an applause. Thank you, students. Would all graduates from construction and mechanical trades please stand and be recognized? Thank you, students. Would all graduates from beauty and fashion trades please stand and be recognized? I'd now like to call on Registrar Samara Roll.
Will all of the candidates for certificates please stand and remain standing? President Bastian, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for certificates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the Institute, I confer upon each of you the certificate with all of the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Will all of the candidates for diplomas please stand and remain standing? President Bastian, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for diplomas.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors, and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the Institute, I confer upon each of you the diploma with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations, and please be seated.
Will all of the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science please stand and remain standing? President Bastian, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors, and in recognition of your attainments in completing the program of study prescribed by the Institute, I confer upon each of you the Associate of Applied Science with all of the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated. I can take a liberty, I think. And as I invite the class of 2026 to stand, I'm just going to invite the class of 2026. Would you stand, please? Now, can I just ask? Can I get the class of 2026? Just you be quiet for a moment. But can I get everybody else in the room to just make some noise for the graduates on today? Come on, we could do a little better than that. Graduates, you may now turn your tassels to the left. Congratulations once again, and please be seated.
It is my pleasure to present the graduates across the disciplines who are receiving credentials from Information and Communications Technology, Electronics and Media Technology, Business Trades, Construction and Mechanical Trades, Beauty and Fashion Trades. HODs?
Andrea Marshall, Nail Technology. Marquise Bain, Nail Technology. Rishan Sargent, Human Resource Management. Deborah Thompson, Office Administration. Natalia Brown, Office Administration. Alea Burrows, Office Administration. Takoa Turnquest, Office Administration. Maisha Johnson, Office Administration. Lashante Ballou, Aesthetics. Ariana Davis, Cosmetology. Stanley Ann Hannah, Aesthetics. Phyllis Green, Natural Hair Styling. Roshanti Sands Andrews, Business Office Technology. Glendina Mills, Office Assistant. Gonzalo Brancaccio, Construction Technology Management. Antonique Smith, Office Administration. Androny Gibson, Aesthetics. Veronique Thompson, Aesthetics. Wendy Gator, Aesthetics. Monique Nesbitt Forbes, Aesthetics. Tamika Placaris, Aesthetics. Lakeisha Bryce, Aesthetics. Julian Newbold, Human Resource Assistant.
Tanjanika Rigby, Office Assistants. Ravon Bullard, Human Resource Management. Ariel Melissa Stubbs, Human Resources Management. Crystal Nathaniel Farrington, Carpentry. Azalea Higgs, Nail Technology.
Madison Cartwright, Natural Hair Styling. Aldrin Smith, Information Technology Assistant. Rose St. Fleur, Office Assistant. Ricardo Edian, Human Resources. G. G. Pascal Evans, Plumbing. Nikia Rogers, Leah Camp, Construction Technology.
Ronaldo Jermaine James. Wilson, Media Technology Associates. Tyree Florence Roy Colbert Jr. Kai Roll, Auto Mechanics. Bria Duncombe, Office Assistant. Kenny Ludis, Welding. Floyd Johnson, Auto Mechanics. Alanique Wells, Human Resources Associates.
Human Resources Management Associate. Vikshawn Bethel, Welding. Aaliyah Taylor, Information Technology Management Associates. Bryant Simmons, Carpentry. Keanu Roll, Heating and AC, HVAC. Noah Hanna, Electrical Installation. Darren Francis, HVAC. Makita Sands, Electrical Installation. She's from Eleuthera, y'all. Katina Hart, Office Assistant. Isaias Bodie, Electrical Installation. Mario Campbell, Electrical Installation. Patrice Kemp, Aesthetics.
Lillian Sanders, Aesthetics. Calvin Hanna, IT Networking. Cutel Monker, Associates, Applied Associates of Media Technology. Ryan Swain, HVAC. Ishmael Kelly, Construction Technology. LaShonda Brown, Office Assistant. Anthony Sweeting, Office Assistant. Akenya Ferguson, Aesthetics. Candiria Hanna, Business Office Technology Assistant. Shanera Spence, Office Assistant. Libby Toussaint, Office Assistant. Deborah Maki, Office Assistant. Rebecca Maki, Office Assistant. Berdenia Roberts, Office Assistant. Alfreda Maki, Office Assistant. Vernita Sanders, Office Assistant. Diana Sands, office assistant. Ladika Clinton, human resources assistant. Danica Francaire, barbering. Wilner Julian, office assistant. Shakimi Lines, office assistant. Anika Adderley, IT engineering. I got you. Chavez McDonald, construction technology. Leah Jones, aesthetics. Lubencia Noel, aesthetics. David Knowles, construction technology. Naisha Curtis, office administration. Keyshawn Smith, IT, network engineering. Howard Pinder, plumbing. Courtney Dean, cosmetology. Rika Farrington, cosmetology. Marguerite Stiles, nail technology. Shandanika Varence, aesthetics. Ian Smith, information technology. Aisha Sawyer, aesthetics. Angel Hannah, aesthetics. Karen? Corinne? Yeah, okay. Corinne Peterson, aesthetics. Santino T. Higgs, construction technology. Christina Larvence, office assistant. Karen Thompson Rocks, office assistant. Haley Miller, office assistant. Kimberly Nemore Hepburn, office administration. Shaniqua Glinton, Applied Associate's Degree in Human Resources Management. Denisha Strawn, Aesthetics. Irvin Phillips, Electrical Installation. Samantha Sherry, Aesthetics. Dion Ramon Jr., Information Technology. Danielle Rowe, Massage Therapy. Shakita DeVoe, Massage Therapy. Javon Wright, Massage Therapy. Felicia Sargent, Massage Therapy. Yes, my favorite. Look at you. Raven Hepburn, Office Assistant. You got it.
Derek Jean Francois, Electrical Installation. Evelyn Lacomele, Nail Technology. Tasha Francois, Nail Technology. Pedro Gilbert, Barbering. Unovaris Augustine, Heating, Vent, and AC. Devante Turner, Electrical Installation. Lisa Sinster, Construction Technology Associates. Nalicia Burrows, Massage Therapy. Kaireen Macmillan, Massage Therapy. Brittany Ferguson, Barbering. Devonia Campbell, Office Assistant. Lashante Rule, IT Software Engineering, Associate Degree. Timothy Riley, Associates Construction Technology. Dario Ferguson, Barbering. Rodari Francis, Office Assistant. Antonia Smith, Massage Therapy. Alice Maynard, Massage Therapy. Nathan Innocent, Massage Therapy. Regia Edgecombe, Massage Therapy. Rolanda Maycock, Anderson, Cosmetology. Garonique Stubbs, Cosmetology. Nisa Rule, Office Assistant. Deanna Faye Harris Cartwright, HR Management Associate Degree. Raquel Smith, HR Management Associate Degree. Joshua Rule, Weldon. Amana Sands, Electrical Installation. Daphne Johnson, Electrical Installation. Christoph Neely, Plumbing. Rondika Moss, Office Assistant. Sharonda Larimore, Human Resource Management, Associate Degree. Elmore North, Office Assistant. Padencia Pierre, Office Administration, Associate Degree. Kevinia Pomilis, Office Administration. Avita Samuel, Software Engineering, Associate Degree. Jenny McPhee, Human Resource Management. Kendra Moxie Gibson, Human Resource Management. Charles Smith, Media Tech, Electronics and Media Tech. Valia DeRosier, Office Assistant. Raynard Woods, Office Administration.
Very quickly, the owner of the silver Honda Civic AH5904 located on the field expires June 2027. We need you to move your vehicle immediately. Silver Honda Civic AH5904. Please move your vehicle immediately.
Agnes Cherry, Human Resource Management, Associate Degree. Tanya Rogers, Human Resource Management, Certificate. Katie Ann Bedford, Office Administration Associate degree. Patrice Bettle, Office Assistant. Shannon Stubbs, Human Resource Management, Associate degree. Cyril Riley, Human Resource Management, Associate degree. Joseph Arley, Plumbing.
Antonique Lightburn, Office Assistant. Deidre Smith, HR. Roberta Musgrove Brennan, Office Assistant. Brianna Lamb, Office Assistant. Brenston Hebburn, Electronics Technology. Kazim Duncombe, IT Network Engineering. Trinique Stubbs, HR Assistant Certificate. Cortez Fernander, IT Network Engineering. Jakara Pratt, Human Resource. Willan Mills, Human Resources Management. Kaysidra Store, Office Assistant. Deshawn Smith, Office Assistant. Carlissa Ambrista, Electronics Technology. Tabitha Ambrose, Human Resource Management. Janaya Higgs, Aesthetics. Gianna Maury, Human Resource Management. Alex Rowe, Office Administration. Mieser Fernander, Construction Technology. Shanaza Roll, HRM. Jalisa Bastian, Office Assistant. Alicia Wells, Aesthetics. Shanair Delaney Jr., Information Technology. Lakara Butler Messidor, Nail Technology. Lisa Baptiste, Office Assistant. Chantel Green, Natural Hair Styling. Kayla Culmer, Aesthetics. Mithia Major, Barbering and Aesthetics. Jatine Tremblay, Aesthetics. Brendia McPhee, Aesthetics. Shanika Pinder, Office Administration. Rikia Beadle, Cosmetology. Crystal Dean, Cosmetology. Maisha Peterson, Cosmetology. Christopher Wilchcomb, HR Management. Archibald Miller, Electrical Installation. Lucretia Rowe, Natural Hairstyling, Nail Technology, and Accessories Design. Nadia Simus, Cosmetology. S. Hannah Delancey Pinder, Business Office Technology. Shanna, I'm sorry. Aaliyah Smith, Office Assistant. Jasmine Dean, Cosmetology. Cordelia Moss, Cosmetology. Talicia Bethel, Cosmetology. Darrell Ranger, Cosmetology. Jennifer Demerit, cosmetology. Donika Seymour, aesthetics. Omara Lightborn, aesthetics. Kralisa Culmer, aesthetics. Devante Gray, aesthetics. Ashante Austin, aesthetics. Kendi C. Store, HRM. Angelo Clark, HRM. Christopher McCoy, construction technology. Retisha Adderley, aesthetics. Our board member, Gerard Darville, HVAC. Joranda Brannon, aesthetics. Crochet Moss, natural hair styling. Brandon Dillette, IT certificate, level 2. Keanu Kemp, electrical installation. Sean Swaby, electronics and cable installation. Clement Pearson, information technology, entry level. Ken Vaughn Dames, barbering. Miles. Miles Johnson, barbering. Jotisha Wright, barbering. DeAndrea Davis, barbering. Daryl Stubbs, barbering. Chantel Moxie, office assistant. Michelle Dean, office assistant. Shakino Campbell, Electrical installation. Roniqua Stubbs, Associate Applied Science Information Technology Management. Mark White, Carpentry. Swade Smith, HVAC. Lensky Justin, HVAC. Malkanique Johnson, Human Resource Management. LaQuincia Smith, Office Administration.
Jamaica Woodside, Cosmetology. Cornelius Rigby, Electrical Installation. Travaki and Johnson, Carpentry. Travaki and Johnson, Carpentry. Sorry? Brittany Moss, Human Resource Management. Tatiana Clark, Nail Technology. Burden C. Breton, Plumbing. Enya Roll, Cosmetology. Fuchsia Roll, Sweeting, Office Assistant. Trinae Taylor, Aesthetics. How much you want? Brittany Dervis, Office Administration.
We have a Chevrolet Malibu, license plate number DE5723 on the field. I need you to move, please, or you will be towed. Chevrolet Malibu, DE5723 on the field. Thank you.
Crystal Ferguson, Aesthetics. Kevin Stewart, Construction Technology. Speak, I can.
Debbie Humes, Massage Therapy. Tashawn Almanor, Electrical Installation. Herbert McKinney, Electrical Installation. John Kemp, Electrical Installation. Keitra Morley, Associate of Human Resources Management. Ambre Archer, Office Assistant. Lisa Delaveau, Human Resources Management. Joniqua Dahl, Nail Technology. Venitra Grant, Aesthetics. Donica Carroll, Office Administration. Aaliyah Virgil, Aesthetics. Shakara Jeffrod, Nail Technology. Samara Saunders, Media Technology. Garth Harris, Human Resources Management. Tyrese Butler, Plumbing. Charles Saunders, Office Administration. Jervain Lindsay, Carpentry. Alexis Black, Human Resources Management. Brianna Smith, Nail Technology. India Hepburn, Aesthetics. Ashley Johnson, Aesthetics. Kayla Gibson, Aesthetics. Nicola Dean, Office Administration. Anishka Higgs, Cosmetology. Jamina Lewis, Office Assistant. And Glenrica Fox, Human Resources Assistant.
Thank you, HODs. Thank you, Madam President. At commencement, we always pause to recognize all members of faculty, full-time and adjuncts. But we single out the following, whom we especially recognize today. Mrs. Bastian, we ask you to return to the center stage, please. This year's New Providence Faculty Award go to Rhonda Adams. This year's New Providence Staff Award go to Adicia Mullings. It is now my pleasure. President Bastian, I need you to remain. It is now my pleasure to invite President Bastian to present the Most Outstanding Overall Graduate Award. This year's award is presented to Anthony Smith. Anthony, don't go too far. Madam Bastian, thank you. I now invite Ms. Anthony Smith, Associate of Applied Science degree in Office Administration, to deliver reflections on behalf of the class of 2026. Give her a round of applause as she comes to the podium, please.
Standing under observed protocol, good afternoon. Today is more than a celebration of what we have achieved. Today is a reminder of everything we overcame to get here. When I was given the honor of representing the class of 2026, I didn't just think about myself. I thought about us. I thought about our journey, our sacrifices, our challenges, and the memories we created along the way. Because behind every cap and gown is a story. Some of us woke up before sunrise, caught buses, left home early in the morning, worked full-time jobs, cared for our families, and returned home late at night just to pursue this dream. Some of us stretched every dollar to pay tuition, purchase books, and complete assignments. Some of us faced slow internet, power outages, storms, unexpected setbacks, and battles that no one else ever saw. Who knows what it is? Who knows what it feels like to leave home in the morning and return late at night, exhausted but determined? Who knows the sacrifices, the tears, the prayers, and the moments when we had to keep pushing even when we felt like we had nothing left? But through it all, we kept going because every sacrifice had a purpose. And today, we made it. Years from now, we may not remember every assignment or every exam, but we will remember the friendships we built, the laughter in the hallways, the group projects we somehow survived, the presentations that challenged us, and the people who encouraged us when things became difficult. Those moments became memories, and those memories will stay with us forever. My own journey at BTVI began with one step, earning my office assistant certificate in 2022. I could not stop there because I knew there was more for me to accomplish. So I came back and again and again. In 2025, I earned my associate's degree in human resource management, and today I proudly graduate with my associate's degree in office administration. This journey reminded me that it's never too late to continue growing, learning, and building the future you believe in. One class can become one certificate. One certificate can become one degree. One decision can change your life. Never allow your past to determine your future. There were moments when balancing school, work, family, and life felt overwhelming. Moments when giving up seemed easier than pressing forward. But those moments taught us something important. Success is not built when life is easy. Success is built when you refuse to quit. Above all, we must give God thanks. Without His grace, His mercy, and His strength, many of us would not be sitting here today. Faith carried us through the difficult days, but faith also reminded us that we had to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and keep moving forward the purpose God placed before us. As Dr. Miles Monroe once said, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose. Looking around the room today, I do not see people without purpose. I see future educators, entrepreneurs, business professionals, office administrators, human resource leaders, teachers, technicians, innovators, and leaders. I see people who refuse to allow their circumstances to become their future. To our amazing lecturers, thank you. BTVI truly has some awesome, educated, caring, and outstanding lecturers. You challenged us, inspired us, encouraged us, and helped prepare us for the future. Mr. Taylor, you got this. You smart girl. Mrs. Adams, faith without works is dead. Miss Rule, keep pushing. Miss Stubbs, go after everything you want. Mr. G, girl, I taught you maths.
Big maths, big maths.
Miss Gibson, you got this, girl. Mr. Brown, be bold and strong. Let them know I teach you the law. Miss Mackey, you know what you're doing. Keep making an impact. And to every lecturer and staff member at BTVI, thank you for believing in us and helping us become who we are today. A team is not a team without support. To our parents, grandparents, husbands, wives, spouses, children, siblings, relatives, employers, mentors, friends, and everybody who stood beside us, thank you. Some of you prayed. Some of you prayed for us. Some of you sacrificed for us. Some of you encouraged us when we wanted to quit. This accomplishment belongs to you just as much as it belongs to us. Now, let me tell you something. Did anybody starve for this degree? Did anybody fast for that certificate? Because we were hungry. And look at where we are today, standing here in our royal blue, looking sharp, accomplished, and with a belly full because we earned this moment. Class of 2026, we worked for this. We sacrificed for this. We prayed for this. And today, we celebrate this. Tomorrow, many of us begin new careers. Some will continue their education. Some will become entrepreneurs. Some will discover dreams we haven't even imagined yet. Wherever life takes us, may we never forget where our journey helped shape us. I'm excited and grateful to share that I will continue my education by pursuing my bachelor's degree in business management with a specialization in finance. I move into the next chapter because of what I learned, what I was taught, and the foundation built right here at my BTVI. BTVI didn't just give us an education. BTVI gave us confidence, it gave us discipline, it gave us friendships, and it gave us a foundation to build our future. Today, we celebrate how far we have come, but we leave knowing that our greatest accomplishments are still ahead of us. So class of 2026, you walk across this stage with confidence, you leave with gratitude, lead with integrity, serve with purpose, and never stop believing in your dreams that brought you here. Because today is not the end of our story, it is only the beginning. This is my journey. This is your journey. This is our journey. Congratulations, class of 2026. We did it. Thank you, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you.
You say you nervous.
And she was afraid and nervous. Wonderful job. Thank you, Ms. Smith. I'd like to call on Ms. Kadrin Carey, the president of the Alumni Association, to do the induction.
Good day. Members of the graduating class of 2026, it is with great pleasure that I induct each of you into the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute Alumni Association. On behalf of the graduates of this great institute and on behalf of the Alumni Executive Board, I wish you all the best. Graduating class of 2026, please stand. You guys look so beautiful. I was admiring all the different footwear from you ladies and gents. As president of the Alumni Association, I am pleased to induct you into the membership of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute Alumni Association with all the rights, privileges, therefore. You may now join those who have gone before you and call the Bahamas Technical Vocational Institute your alma mater. Congratulations.
Thank you. You may be seated. And now, please prepare ourselves for the benediction, which will be done by board member Mr. Lionel Sands.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for these students who've graduated today. We bless your holy name because we know that they could not have done it without you. And then, Father, as we leave this place but not your presence, we ask, God, that your Holy Spirit, the Spirit of the living Christ, would guide, direct, and instruct all of us as we leave this place. We do so in the name of God, who is our Father, God who is the Son, God who is the Holy Spirit. We bless you for these blessings that we've received this day. Go in the name of God our Father, in Jesus' name. Amen.
And we have come to the end of Commencement 2026 for the New Providence class of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. It has been our pleasure coming to you live from Bahamas Faith Ministries International for the culmination of the 2025-2026 academic year. I am joined by my colleague, Shaquille Colby, who is the marketing coordinator. We finally come to the end.
Finally, yeah. It was an excellent ceremony. All of the speakers were so relevant and spoke to challenges and achievements that the graduating class really resonated with.
Yes, and the thing about it is, in this class, we have our builders, we have our innovators, we have our leaders, and we know that skills help to build this nation. when we think about Candice Moultrie Moss, who's the guest speaker for today, he spoke about being humble, staying humble, respecting the process, and embracing lifelong learning, which also our president, Kishan L. Bastian, mentioned that it's important that this be for life, like continue to upskill, continue to upgrade.
Yes, absolutely. Many of our graduates would have started their education earlier on, and because of setbacks and challenges or just the woes of life, weren't able to complete. And so being able to graduate today, maybe 5 years, maybe 10, maybe 20 years later, is such an achievement for them. And so I know it was a really special moment for them this morning.
Yes, and of course, our Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, the Honorable Keenan Johnson, who brought some remarks on behalf of the acting Prime Minister and the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, mentioned the fact that, the modern Bahamas needs skilled people. And sometimes people overlook the value of TVET, but we can tell you that there is value and there is worth and there is dignity in technical vocational education and training. Any final words?
Especially with the advent of AI. That's one thing that Parlsec Johnson mentioned, that the trades are AI proof. You cannot get an AI to change your plumbing, to fix your electricity. And so really it's an investment in security when you learn a trade, and it's future proof as well. And so I thought that was really relevant.
Yes, and so as the President, Kishan Bastian, mentioned, TVET is a smart choice. And so once again, we are so grateful that you have joined us for our live stream of our 2026 commencement exercise, coming to you live from Bahamas Faith Ministries International here on Carmichael Road in New Providence, Bahamas, on behalf of our marketing coordinator, my right hand, Mr. Shaquille Colby, and of course, Kareem Wildream, and just the entire graduation committee, the entire team from the board, the executives, the senior managers, our faculty and staff, our alumni. Thank you so much for joining us, and we wish to congratulate the class of 2026.